Welcome, my peace, my peoples. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It would be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart, my peace, my peoples. So let's talk about Married to Medicine. Season 5, episode 16, the reunion part 1. OMG, they went in like elementary school kids. And let's say the outfits were kind of not on point. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about Cecil. Cecil's outfit was plain. It looked like he was going to teach a classroom. He looked like he was going to work. It wasn't like it was an event at all. Also, Aiden, he looked nice. He looked nice. He looked like he was going to a nice event, something like, the reunion. And the color, the color didn't really go with him, but the color of the jacket was nice, the purplish color. He actually matched Mariah. They actually matched. It looked nice. And also Cecil and Simone matched too as well. So then moving on, I was just like, and so we got to talk about Quad. Quad, I don't know what happened with Quad, because Quad can really dress. She can really throw down. She really has good style. She has good taste. But something went wrong with this outfit. Like, it seems like she was too old to wear this outfit. She's like 36, 37. When she's in the business world, she does Sister Circle. She's a married wife and Blase in the third. And she had like on a see-through sequence outfit where, everybody wears. Beyonce put it in style, but it also looked like it was like veins and scabs coming up on her skin. It just didn't look right. It just didn't feel right. And it was just like, oh my God, I can't believe Quad had on this outfit. We know she dresses outrageous sometimes, but this was really like in the doghouse. It was like, of her outfit rating, it's a 0. And her shoes were on point. She had nice shoes on. Her shoes were gorgeous. They were elegant shoes, but the shoes didn't go with the outfit, because the outfit was a stripper, trashy, streetwalker. I'm going to the club and I'm taking some penis home with me tonight. That's the type of outfit she had on. But her shoes were nice. Her makeup was nice. It was plain. It was natural. She had a nice, one of them hairstyles that, you see all the time, but it looked nice. It looked nice on her. And it actually fit well. And it really didn't look like a wig. So it was nice. Her hair was good, and the very soft makeup she had on. Then we got Dr. Heavenly. She looked like she was going to the disco. She looked like she was going to the disco. She looked like she was going to like an old pub, an old bar where people over the ages of, whatever, just go there, sit and have a good time. She looked, and then the shoulder off the thing, that was just really old and tired. It just was like, it just didn't look right. It didn't fit right on her body. It didn't fit right for the event, for the reunion. It just didn't look right on her. It just looked like she found something out of the closet that was shiny and she wanted to put it on. Her shoes, I didn't like Dr. Heavenly's shoes as well. I didn't like Dr. Heavenly's hair. Like, it looked like, you can see her edges. You can tell it was a wig. It seems like somebody didn't put effort into it. But, when she was in Barbados, her hair, when she was doing the couples therapy retreat where she was asking them deep personal questions, and she didn't want to answer the questions, her hair looked on point then. I wish she had that same hairstyle. And, her husband, he looked, he didn't look good. He looked terrible. He just looked like he found a suit somewhere and he threw it on, but he did dye his beard. He did dye his hair. His suit, it didn't look like he put effort into it, that he wanted to be there as well, Dr. Damon. So I was just like, well, okay. And so then, and Dr. Heavenly kind of like had that hairstyle all season. So we move on to Jackie. Jackie hair looks nice. Jackie makeup was a little bit more popish, a little bit more out there. Her hair was nice. It was a nice little wig that she had on. The black shirt and the white jacket did look nice, especially with the pearls. But when you get down to the pants or the skirt she had on, it just didn't fit. It seems like she should have had, the white jacket on with the black shirt, and had on the bottom of, Toya's, dress or whatever. But Dr. Jackie, her boots are really nice. They really look nice. Her boots were on point. I love her boots. Her boots were gorgeous. And what's his name? Curtis. He looked like he was going to the club, a nice country club, to pick up some women. He looked like he was ready to go pimping. He was ready to go get laid. Like, he had on that, and his outfit was kind of enticing, but it was okay because it was a nice purple, that went with his skin complexion. But it looked like he was actually going to a cocktail party, just like it looked like, what's her name? Toya was going to a cocktail party as well. So then we move on. I was like, Dr. Jackie, what's going on? Like the pants was just like, it made her look more manly, more business, like she was going to a business meeting, like, you know, not to a reunion. And so then we move on. But her jewelry, Dr. Jackie's jewelry was nice. The pearls was nice. Like I said, her hair was simple but nice, and I liked the color she had into it. She had off into it. And then Mariah's shoes were nice. Mariah's wig, you know, Mariah's wig looked like she picked it off the floor, like it was somewhere laying somewhere, and she just picked up and put it on because it was all like frizzy, and it looked like, you know, they didn't put enough spray, or they didn't make the curls tight enough, or maybe they wanted it to look frizzy or look out of place. It just didn't look nice to me, in my opinion. The color was nice. Mariah's makeup was nice because she looked natural. Her dress was nice. It was plain. It was simple with a split into it. And then the ridges of the dress looked nice as well. And she also matches Dr. Aiden. And her shoes, I did not like Mariah's shoes, but her makeup was nice. I can't believe what Quad and Dr. Heavenly, like, they're down with the two worst outfits. No, and then you have Contessa. So we get to Contessa. Contessa had on nice shoes. Her shoes were nice. Like, they were see-through, like laced up, but see-through. And they came up to like past her, you know, ankles. They looked nice. Oh my God, her shoes were the best. Her and Jackie's shoes were the best of the night. But her shoes were really nice. But her outfit she had on, she looked like Elvira. She looked like, you know, she was going to a cocktail party too as well. And she was like she's out for business. Like she's in the business and she's ready to pick up. She looked like a high-end escort. And then her wig was like, you know, when you go to the store and you buy a $2 Barbie doll from like the dollar store or whatever, and it had that hair with the part and the hair coming down, but she just had a little bit of waist. It did not look nice. It looked it looked horrible. Like, the outfit would probably look nice if it was on somebody else. It just didn't fit her because her hair was so crunched up, and she was like crunched up with the hair like Elvira, like Dracula, like dark. It just didn't go well at all. And her makeup was okay. You couldn't really tell if she had on good makeup or not because of the hair. Just threw it all off. And the black lace and all the shiny sparkle stuff did not look good as well. Then we move on to Toya. Toya's shoes were nice. Toya's shoes actually matched her dress with the buckle on the side. That actually looked nice. The bottom of Toya's dress looked nice too as well. The top of the dress was kind of like risky, kind of like a bra type of thing, like not really dressy, but it did look nice. It did fit her. The dress was nice. It was well put together with her shoes, with her jewelry that she had on. Her makeup was nice. Her hair was nice, but we have seen Toya's hair like that before, but she did look good. She did look good. And then Dr. Eugene was the best dressed guy. He was the best dressed guy. His suit was elegant. He was perfect. He looked like, you know, him just, you know, you see him all season where he's hunched up, but he can put himself together well. He was the best dressed to me out of the guys, the way his suit just fit. He looked smart. He looked intelligent. He looked like he was going to an event like a reunion, and he was going to be on TV, and he had it right. He had it on point. And also his outfit matches Toya. They both had on black. It looked nice. It looked good. I was just like, oh my God, they put it together. Then we go to Simone. Simone's outfit was terrible, you know, with the big bow and the shoulders, the thing on the side. Like, the thing around her stomach was nice, but then the shoulder pads and like I'm flying away just, you know, went haywire. But her makeup was nice. Her makeup was flawless. Her wig looked like a scarecrow wig, like, you know, the scarecrows, they have the hair all curly, bunched up. Like, all she needed was a hat on. So I guess that's it. And we went over Dr. Damon. Dr. Damon was like church graduation, you know, outfit. Basically that's it. So then moving on from that, I was just like, okay, here we go. You know, Simone's shoulders look like the Powerpuff Girls, like her outfit. But, hey, it is what it is. So, moving on from that, I was just like, okay. So, now we're going to get into the nitty-gritty. The lady's going to start, you know, talking about this. And basically, it goes to, you know, Dr. Heavenly, basically about how you bring up your kids and, you know, your son going to college. Are you concerned? This and that. And then, you know, then, you know, Andy asks her, would you know, Heavenly be okay if, you know, her son comes home miles, no, that's Simone's son, I think. If Junior Damon comes home and with a Caucasian woman, or you know what I mean, like how would she feel? And she was like, I don't really have any feelings about it, like it'll be okay as long as he has love. But basically I would want him to come home with a woman like Michelle Obama. So basically she's saying she wants a woman in the image of her. And I don't know why Andy asked that question. It was inappropriate because he doesn't ask any of the other housewives if their sons or daughter bring home somebody black or somebody that's not Caucasian. It seemed like he was trying to put her on the spot to start some like tricky shit so people can start talking about, oh, she might be racist or this and that, or she don't believe in interracial marriages and stuff like that. Like, why can't black people just date each other? Why can't black people love one another? Why can't they be together? Why we always have to mix? Like, we're always forced to say, oh no, I don't have a problem with it, but Caucasian people don't have to have that problem. It's like it's a given to them to date their own kind, to be with their own kind, So, oh, my friend's in the hospital. So it's just like, why would you go there with that question? Because that question was disrespectful. It's just like anytime black people have something, and this show it's all black people, it's all indigenous people on this show basically, and it's just like, oh, so what about having a Caucasian person? Why ask an appropriate question? When do you expect your son to graduate from college basically? But then Andy had to get more messy and so would you want him to date Ivana Trump or something like that, whatever her name is, Melania Trump or whatever? And then that's when I think it was what's her name, Mariah was like, nope nope it's a reject, turn around. Mariah was like, nah, I'll do that for her. I'll do that for her. Basically, Mariah was like, I'll give her right back. Basically, I'll give her right back. You know what I mean? It's like, how come we can't have black love like Remy Ma and Papoose? Like, why we always got to do something? It's nothing wrong with it, but don't force it on us, especially force it on us on TV so there can be a big argument about interracial dating and interracial marriage when, these black people obviously love each other and they're and they're indigenous people in marriages or whatever. So it is what it is. When Mariah was like, I'll give her right back. And then why would he use that example of, Trump's daughter? Like, why would he do that to start a big, topic to have people focus on? Oh, look at the black people. They don't like Trump. Of course we don't, but we don't want to. This is not the appropriate show for that, Andy. So anyways, moving on from that. They move on to Simone. It was like, oh, Simone, what do you feel about Miles? What he said about, like, he likes vanilla, but he'll settle for chocolate. And she was like, it was just a joke. It wasn't serious. He was just joking, trying to get under my skin. He was joking with me all day. But in every joke, there's a little bit of truth of it. That's what the old saying goes. And basically, all the ladies agreed that it was just a joke. It wasn't nothing big or serious. But, like I said in a previous video, he might want want somebody different because of what he sees going on in his home, because it sounds like Simone and Cecil has a very treacherous type of relationship, that they argue and they fuss and they fight and they get down, because Miles said he cries. He had cried a couple of times to have his parents stop fighting, and his mom is very dominant, so he might proceed a different race of a woman to be less dominant and to be more laid back and more he being able to control the situation more, in my opinion. But anyways, they had to bring that up to make her try to bring that race shit up. Like, they don't do that to any other, housewife shows. But, Miles did say he was a kid. He was joking. Whoever he wants to date is fine. It's not going to affect me. You know what I mean? So anyways, there was action. Then it went to Quad that, Quad talking about like she's taking care of everything at the house, like she's doing everything she's supposed to do at the house and all that other good stuff, and basically taking care of Dr. G and his situation. And basically it seems like Quad, when she first got married to Dr. G, just in my opinion, that she wanted to be everything to him, to show him that she loved him, that she supported him, that she respected him, that she's there for him. So she took on the role of cleaning the house, cooking, doing all the things that a wife do, a stay-at-home wife do as well, and catering to him, helping him with his job, his business, decorating, putting things in order, probably setting up appointments, going to the bank for him and things like that. But then it seems like she got tired of playing that role, and she realized, I need to do things for myself, and she needed to get that bag, and she started to sway from the things that she used to do for Dr. G, and he despised her for that too as well, and despised her for not having a baby. And now her most important thing is, getting jobs and being, and, getting out there in Hollywood and making sure she's doing entertainment and things that, she can secure a bag in the future, trust fund money, and, big accounts, 401ks and things like that, and actually get gigs. And so it seems like she strayed away from being that southern down, wife that's under control for Dr. G, and she just totally went to do her. And he has a problem with it. And then when she went to do her, she did herself in a way where, I don't got time for you. I'm gonna take your shit. I'm gonna do this. So it wasn't like it's something they discussed and talked about. But he said that he kind of let her do things. What do you mean let her do things? Because it also showed him talking about her puppy line, clothing line, and things like that. He was supporting. She was doing that too as well. But I guess it went downhill from that because she got really busy, and he wanted his child. And so basically, we get on to, what's her name, Contessa. She talks about, the things that she went through, and basically she just saw her life just fall apart, on the show, basically with Renee, basically with her job and things like that. And so the next question was to, like, the cast, like, so do your jobs affect, do the TV show affects your, dojob outside of, the job here, like, actually being in the profession, being a doctor, OBGYN, dentist, surgeon, everybody. Does it affect you when you're on this TV show and your patients come in and talk to you? And Dr. Heaven was like, well, my patients tell me that I'm the star of the show. And basically everybody said it doesn't. They have good relationship with their patients. It's no biggie. And so then Andy asked Toya, do you think Quad is everything to Dr. G? And Toya said, no, I don't, because she was supposed to give him a kid 5 years ago and she hasn't, and she's been working on securing the bag. I was like, damn, hit the nail on the hat. But Quad is just like, well, it's not the time, it's not the proper time or place. When is ever going to be the proper time or place? But if you have a tumultuous relationship, there's no reason to bring a kid in, because it'll make it worse. And now you're fighting over custody, child support, and things like that. And then you bring a baby that you bring a baby in this world when you're not in love with each other. So the baby will lack some love in some type of shape and form. So I was just like, damn. And Quad went back to her old saying, I try everything. I did everything I could for him. I give it all to him. He doesn't give me anything back. He doesn't give me anything in return. It's always he doesn't give me and it's always what she does. It's just like they're both the same. They're both honorary people. They're both very honorary, and they deserve each other for being so honorary. And so we got Contessa. She talks about she watch her life fall apart. And basically, I knew Contessa did not just totally quit her job, because it didn't make any sense. Because, Scott said the episode before last that, we just got this big-ass house. And, Contessa will get bored, but I know they have bills to pay, because their bills probably increased, especially being on the show. And they probably brought a lot of things to make their life look more lavishly as well. So basically, Contessa is working part-time because she gotta put in hours. I wish she could have did that before. So basically, she works while the kids are at school, and she's part-time, like on call, and she's in control of the situation where she's not forced to work overtime and do overtime. So she's there with the kids, and she's basically saying that she fell out of love with medicine. Because, she gets depressed every time that, she misses her kids' stuff, and she feels like she misses their life. And then that's when Heavenly was like, time is too short. My son's already 20, and I missed a lot of things. So basically, it is what it is with that situation. I was like, okay. So Contessa, basically they started to bring up Renee, and then it was like, why did you hire somebody that totally disrespected you? And she was like, well, Renee, do you regret bringing her on camera? And so Contessa was like, no, I do regret bringing her on camera, because our relationship, dissolved while we was on camera, because she felt, because there was some type of classism and there was judgment. And I said in my previous videos, if they didn't do it, it seems like it, because these ladies act like they're all up on air. They throw these extravagant events. They live extravagant lifestyles. They have $150,000 cars, $9,000 houses and shit like that, or 2 houses, and they carry themselves in a certain type of proper way, which is good, which is okay. But Renee does not come from that. So being in that circle, maybe they're acting normal, but to her it's uppity and she feels out of place. She feels insecure as well. And then we don't know what was happening when the camera wasn't on, with people rolling their eyes at Renee. Renee didn't even have the proper clothes to wear, where Contessa had to buy her clothes, so she really did feel out of place. And I don't think the ladies are very warm like that to be. They wasn't warm to Renee. They wasn't warming up to Renee. They wasn't nice. They was like, okay, they looked at her, okay, that's the help, and that's how she felt was the help. They didn't treat her like she was a sister, in my opinion. So basically all the ladies disagree, because Contessa was like, she comes from this type of background. I don't come from money. I don't have this. I struggle. I fought. And then all the other ladies like, we did the same thing. We didn't grow up with a silver spoon in our mouth. But yeah, you do treat people like shit. These ladies have, in each and every point in time on this show, whether it's this year or last year, treat people like shit, and do have an air of uppity and feeling like they're superior to people in certain different ways, even if it's normal, because maybe they really do feel that way. But I think, Contessa was right on it, but also Renee was insecure, and being on camera, it was very nerve-wracking, because she relates more to children than she does adults, especially these adults. And that's why Contessa ended up throwing that 90s party, no bougie party or whatever. But Mariah wasn't being bougie. That's just how she lives right now. She wasn't always rich, but right now she is. So it is what it is with that situation. And so they all disagreed with her or whatever. And then so we get to, Dr. Heavenly, Andy asked Dr. Heavenly if she can spell Contessa. Basically, Dr. Heavenly shaded Contessa, calling all types of names. Renee called her a black Dr. B word, and Dr. Heavenly in the background, she was on to something basically. And so, Dr. Heavenly was like, oh, it's just a joke. I'm not serious. Blase and a third. It wasn't not a big deal. But you know what? Contessa was like, whatever. She just ruled it off her back. And then Andy asked Contessa, what does she do for a living? So we find out that, Contessa was what was she? She was a flight surgeon or something like that, where she flew helicopters and planes all over and traveled. So when you can do something like that, you can tell that's why Contessa has control. And I mean, she's a very brilliant woman to fly a helicopter and a plane and be a doctor at the same time, and a mother. Like, she has done so much in her lifetime that I think she does deserve a break from work and focus on her kids are really important, because she did lose her mom. She doesn't have a father around. So she's a great woman. She just don't know how to dress or do her hair, because you know why? She's not focusing on that. She's focusing on knowledge. She's focusing on wisdom. She's focusing on taking care of her children, being the best wife she can be, because she's a brilliant woman, straight up and down. So anyways, moving on from that, they talk about Toya and her taxes. She got her taxes paid, whatever, all good. And she's throwing the party because Toya was like, these people, remember that they paid for Toya and Eugene to stay, to their plane tickets or stay in the hotel when they first had their tax problems or whatever. So Toya was like, I just wanted to invite everybody to the party, so because I shared it with them. I shared it with the world. I let everybody know that I was broke and I couldn't pay my taxes. And so, I threw a party, and Contessa just shaved me right off the back. And Contessa was like, yeah, you supposed to do that. You're supposed to pay your bills. It's like saying you're supposed to pay for gas or whatever. And so they had a little argument there. It doesn't seem like Contessa and Toya are really friends. It doesn't seem like I guess, Toya just introduced her to just introduce her, because it don't seem like they're friends. It seems like, Contessa throws more shade at Toya than anybody on the show. And really, she should throw more shade at Dr. Heavenly, but she throws more shade at, Toya, maybe because she does know her. And Toya was like, oh, soon you came into the party, you was dissing, talking about the red carpet or whatever. She was like, I was just doing something. It was just something small. So basically, she's out of debt and she's still doing her thing. But everybody did feel the same too as well. And so Andy was like, so Andy asked, Toya, you and Eugene having sex and doing the nasty, are you doing it still 2 times a month, whatever? She was like, no, we're having more sex. He done lost some weight, and his dick done got bigger because he's losing some weight. And then I think that's when, Mariah jumped in and said it's because you can see it more, because the stomach is not covering it, basically. And then that's when, Toya was like, shade. And it was shade, but it's the truth. You can see it more because the stomach is not, covering it up. you don't have to lift it up and get into it. So basically they talk about oral, because they asked Toya a question about her sex life and oral from one of the guests. And so Toya was like, I'm really not down with oral. I really don't do oral. And Eugene doesn't like when I do oral. And he thinks I'm not good at it, but other people think I am. Or that's not what everybody else says. I was like, no. So I was like, Toya, why did you go there? And basically the ladies are trying to correct her, like, hey, listen, you need to change your statement. You need to clean that statement up. Because basically she was saying Eugene thinks that she does a bad job, but other people think she's doing a good job. And we don't know if that was from the past or that was from the present. I was like, Toya, what do you mean? Why did you say that? Why did you go back and say that about, your husband? Like, he don't like it, but other people like say I do a good job at it. I was just like, and it was like, and so basically, Simone and Jackie is trying to help Toya clean it up, and Toya's still not cleaning it up. She was like, well, I just don't do a good job with him. Andy even tried to help her clean it up. She was like, well, I just don't do a good job. He really doesn't like it. I really don't like to do it. But, I haven't got, basically, other people haven't complained about my oral skills, but, he does. I was just like, I can't believe Toya went there and she said that. I was like, OMG. And Jackie was like trying to, help the situation out, but it didn't go that way. And so then we get, but I think Toya was just joking, basically. But people assuming that Toya is cheating on Dr. Eugene and she's only there with him for his money. And she's probably why he's at work slaving like a dog, giving somebody else a job. But I don't think so. I don't think she wants to take that chance of losing what she has. And I think Eugene is very special to her. And she's probably not going to find another man like him. He's probably not going to find another woman like her, because they get each other. They like each other. They like, whatever. So I don't think that she is cheating, whatever. And they talked about, Dr. Heavenly changing or whatever. All the ladies say that they didn't know any change, Toya and Simone, they didn't really notice any changes or whatever, because they did, films of, slideshows of, clips of, Dr. Heavenly being disrespectful, being rude, and working with Jewel. So basically, Dr. Jackie jumped in and said, I go to church with her. People don't get to see the other side of her, whatever. But she's just nasty. And Dr. Heavenly was like, well, I'm really changing. I'm working on. But yes, she drew Mariah's photo like a little kid. Put a mustache, put horns on it. Right after she said that she's changing and she's working on it, she's trying to be better. And then Toya was like, no, she's not doing a good job of being better, because she talked about my weight. She talked about how fat I was. And that really hurt me because, I had an illness. I used to be bulimic. I used to throw up food. I used to be anorexic. You know what I mean? And then Toya lets us know that she had a butt reduction. Damn, women are running to getting their butts plumped up. So damn, Toya do have a lot of issues. So that's probably why she's not cheating on Eugene, and she's not worried about Eugene cheating on her. And that could be a possibility of why they're not really having sex, because Toya feels insecure about her looks and her body, and she does have an eating disorder, and she feels like it's coming back, and she probably doesn't feel like she's sexy or attractive, and she probably suffering through some shit that we don't see or whatever. So then Heavenly apologized and said she's sorry, this and that. Contessa, rubs on Toya or whatever. But Contessa be dissing the shit out of her. And then Mariah jumps in, was like, Dr. Heavenly was talking about my mother when she just got out the hospital or whatever. And then, Heavenly was like, but your mother be talking junk though, and you be on Facebook Live talking junk or whatever, and you said that I was pimping my daughter out and all this other stuff about you was talking about me. Then that's when Quad jumped in and said, yeah, you be 45 minutes on live, and I seen it, and Mariah do be on live. Excuse me, she throw nasty, clean, not so shady comments. Then her mother get in and talk crazy. Then her aunt or her sister get in and talk crazy. Then the comments will talk crazy. She'll agree or disagree, and she'll say this about them. And she would review every episode after, we watch it on Friday. And I watched her. I was like, oh my God, Mariah. But I got a little soft spot for Mariah, because she looked just like my grandmother. Just like my grandmother would dress just like her. Same type of goddamn blonde wig and all that other bullshit. So Mariah totally denied it, saying that she's not doing it. I watched it. I seen it. It's on YouTube. You can see Mariah going in and talking shit. Her mother talking shit. Her mother disrespecting all of them and whatever, saying they're devils and demons. But I think they all talk about each other as just owning up to it. And I see Mariah talk about them like crazy. And she would do 45 minutes, and the Christmas tree was in the background, whatever. And she was like, oh, they don't want me on the show. But Mariah did have points. She did have good points. I'm not gonna lie, she did have good points. But for her to think that, you know, what she did is less than what they did is crazy. Because, you know, if your mother's out here jumping in the streets, jumping into your business and talking crap about people, that means she can get it too. Like, she's opening up that door for that. You don't see any of the other mothers of the cast members on the show talking crap or getting into other people's business. Your mother is. So if she wants to intermingle with the cast and talk shit on the sidelines, she's allowed to be approached. It's no like, what? No, you can't do. Nah. Lucy knows what she's doing, and Lucy wants them to clap back because she get attention. She can talk to them, and she could be on the show more. But it was nice how Mariah squeezed her way in this season. She squeezed her way in this season, and she got in there. Toya opened that door and swung Mariah in. So Mariah is back, but she do be on. She wasn't being filmed a lot on the show. She was on her Facebook Live talking mad shit or whatever. And it's very true. Quad and Heavenly is right. And if Mariah mother wants to talk shit, she's allowed to get... people are allowed to talk shit back to her. Straight up and down. And so then after that, everybody, you know, goes to, you know... basically goes to take a break or whatever. And then that's when, you know, Dr. Heavenly, she draws on, you know, Mariah's picture, devil, this and that, like the horns, the beard. You know, Simone notices and go tell the other people. And then Mariah finds out. Mariah's like, this is not hip hop. This is not married to hip hop. And Mariah's all crying. She's taking it so personal, like so crazy. Like, damn, she just drew on your poster. I know it is disrespectful. It's wrong. But I don't think you had to cry. I think... because you don't come off weak. That's like a weak move for you to cry. No, were you really crying because you was hurt, or were you really crying for attention? And this was like a stage, not a stage thing, but this was something that you can use to pull to say, hey, I'm not going back on stage, and really feel upset and embarrassed. But everybody that was in Mariah's camp was very upset. And it was like, some white guy said, tell her to go back to grade school, go back to elementary school. Dr. Aiden was upset. He was mad because it is rude. It is disrespectful, especially when you're talking about Jesus and you got Jackie over here talking about Jesus is here and I'm at church and I'm doing all this other good stuff or whatever, and I'm trying to change. But yet, as soon as we take the break, you draw on a picture because you're pissed at her because she lied. But the evidence is on the show that she did lie. So it's just like, you know, and then her being a dentist, her, you know, Heavenly being a dentist, Heavenly being a wife, it seems like it was better for, it would be more elegant for her to come at her on stage than to draw on her picture. But I guess Dr. Heavenly had to release something because she's hiding Mariah lying right to her face. Yo, it's some shit when people just lie right to your face and you know they lying. So anyways, they all questioned Heavenly, you know, was it an appropriate thing for you to do? You shouldn't have did that. Basically, it was wrong. And this is what we're talking about. Toya's like, this is what we're talking about when you're joking. Your joking goes too far. Everybody don't want to go joke with you. And I think it was either Simone or Jackie. I think it was Simone or Jackie that said to her that this is what we're talking about. Like, is it a good idea? No, it was, I think it was, what's her name? Quad. Do you think this is a good idea for you to joke with her like that and do that with her when you just recently had this conversation with her and all this other stuff? And so she was like, maybe it wasn't a bad idea, but Dr. Heavenly don't care because Dr. Heavenly got shine for it. And plus she doesn't like Mariah, so she don't care what you think. And plus Dr. Damon ain't there to stop her. And she just, Heavenly just went right home and drew on her picture. She called her a devil and put a beard on her just like middle school because she knew that to get under Mariah's skin. Mariah was crying. I felt bad for her crying. I was like, damn, like, I wouldn't cry if somebody draw on my picture or whatever. I don't know. I wouldn't cry. But there's probably a lot of things going on in between the scenes. And Mariah was like, Dr. Heavenly's bringing up all the things that happened in the past. And she wasn't even here because, Dr. Heavenly was on stage talking about, oh, your mother's off limits. Children are off limits. But your mother done beat up, Toya. Your mother done called people all types of names, talking about she's going to shoot people and all this other stuff. What do you mean she's off limits? And then Mariah was like, well, you should address. I get what Mariah's saying. Well, they should come to her. and out of respect not to address her and come to her and let her know the issue. But what are you going to do about the issue? Are you Mariah, you don't check your mother. You don't stop her. You don't tell her what to do. She tells you what to do. And you like when she does the things that she does in the dark. So why would they even approach you when they know that you're going to agree with her or throw a brush under the rug? I don't see you checking your mother and telling her that she's wrong and really mean it. So anyways, it is what it is. And it's just like if you have a child, you know, you don't want to yell at somebody else's child. You want to go talk to the parents or whatever. And I guess that's the kind of thing Mariah is doing. But so was she saying her mother's like a child? So whatever. I'm just like, yep, down some bullshit. So anyways, they talked to Jackie about how was it watching, you know, what happened to you and Curtis in your marriage. And she was like, this shit was hard. This shit was embarrassing. This shit was just torturous. It was just crazy watching this happen and being judged by people. And then they showed the clips of everybody talking, oh my God, look at this about Jackie. That shit is horrible. Especially the first like 4 episodes was about Jackie getting cheated on. All these stories about Jackie. The mysteries comes out and talk. Jackie's separated. That shit is awful. And so then they also asked, you know, Simone about her marriage or whatever. It was like, we left for fun, a good season. So how are you? I know it was a hard season for you and Cecil. She was like, everything was so busy. You know, we didn't focus on ourselves. We focused on everybody else and everything around us. We had a big blowout. And then now we're separated. And then I filed for divorce. And it should be finalized within 2 weeks. A week or two. So they was done. I don't know if it was done because they were upset with each other and it was like a big blowout. Was the blowout cheating? Was the blowout spending more money? What was the blowout on where that you immediately filed for divorce? Or was this just like, you know what, I'm going to get you, I'm going to hurt you where it hurts. So somebody was doing something. I don't know who it was, but one of them was doing something that nobody should have been doing. And basically, we'll find a little bit more. We won't find a lot about it, but we'll see how they talk and how Curtis and, you know, Simone talk about the situation, give us little snippets of what's going on. So I was like, damn. I was like, and then Quad's marriage, I was like, asked Quad about her marriage. Quad was like, yo, it's just challenging. And me and, you know, Dr. G is trying to work on the situation that we both created to make it better. So anyways, peace, I'm out. This was some bullshit. I was like, damn. I mean, Heavenly just went in. She was like, your mother be doing this. And Mariah's like, no, don't be talking about my mother. I was like, oh, shit. But anyways, peace, I'm out. One love.